Hi Club More, welcome back to another video. So this channel is all about sharing my journey as a mom and giving you guys tips along the way. So please like, comment, and subscribe and hit the bell for future videos. And let's get started. Today's video is going to be about my story, about finding my purpose and why I am building a coaching business. The story starts off with my pregnancy. And my pregnancy, to be honest, was a mess. Basically, I was gaining weight super fast, so I was insecure. I didn't really love my body. I just felt like unwanted, unloved. Me and my husband, we were arguing a lot. We all argue almost every day. In the midst of that time, we also got married. So all the arguing of like the first year of marriage, all that type of stuff, it was just a lot. I had insurance issues. It was just a lot of stress, which I think that's why I delivered her so early. I had preeclampsia, which is high blood pressure while pregnant, so I definitely think that is why I delivered her early, was because of the stress. So she stayed in the NICU for 26 days, and obviously that whole process was super stressful just because I had a C-section and I was also trying to get to the hospital every day, and the hospital was like 35 to 40 minutes away from my house. So that was a whole thing. And then when she got home from the hospital, just the stress of being a first-time mom, me and my husband getting used to having a baby in the house, staying up all times of the night. It was just a lot of stress, even more stress. So then I came to the reality of, okay, my maternity leave is about to be over and I have to go back to work. So now balancing all the stuff that I've already been through, and now I have to add work on top of it. So as you know, that is another stressful process to go through, leaving your baby, which in my case was already in the hospital for almost a month, and then having to go to work. So at that point I just realized I have to get my stuff together. I have to get my life together. So I sat down and basically just Googled stress relievers or how to manage or reduce stress. And the things that I came across that helped me the most was journaling. They said finding something that you love to do, and so one of those things was reading. I love reading self-development books, so I started reading a lot. And then also getting motivation or inspiration, so I started listening to podcasts. So those were the three things that helped me the most. And then lastly, which I forgot to mention, is strengthening my relationship with God. So basically I was reading my Bible, reading scriptures to help me get through this stressful and rough time. And so those were the things that helped me out the most. When I started listening to podcasts and reading my Bible and praying more and all that, I just started taking things from all these different areas and I incorporated them into questions. And so I just wrote a list of questions for myself to fill out before the night was out. And then eventually I was like, well, this could be a journal. So I ended up making a journal for myself. And that journal helped me to improve a lot. I improved in my mental, like my perception of things, how I thought about things, negativity, my mindset, all that stuff. I improved in my physical, so my weight went down dramatically. I improved in my emotional, just the mindset of you only can control you, and you have the ability to respond differently, and just things like that. So the journal helped me out a lot. And after this point I was like, okay, God, what is my purpose? So what am I supposed to be doing with my life? So I was diving really deep into that, doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of praying, a lot of reading my Bible and stuff like that, just trying to figure out like what is my purpose. I even read the Purpose Driven Life. So that was the book that I was talking about. I read that, and basically, so it came down to 3 things. One, I'm already doing YouTube, so that was one thing that I had started. So I was like, God, if I'm supposed to be a YouTube extraordinaire or whatever, like a YouTube influencer, just let one of our videos go viral, like let it, like 1 million people view it or whatever. And then I prayed, I was like, if it's not that, then the second thing it could be was I had just bought bottles for my hair care line because I was going to make whipped shea butter and oils, and I bought the bottles for it already, but I just didn't know, like I was still didn't know if that was my purpose or not. So I was like, God, if it's that, then let someone come up to me and ask me about it, because I went to school for this. Like I was in cosmetic science and formulation design. That was my major. So a lot of my family and friends and stuff like that, they know what I went to school for. So I was like, God, if it's that, then have one of them ask me about my hair care line or when I'm gonna start or whatever. And I was like, the third thing was, me and my husband, we went to Atlanta to visit his family, and we had a conversation with his parents, and he was explaining to them how I was trying to find my purpose, and he said that he thought that my purpose was teaching. So I took that in consideration or whatever, and I started researching like around teaching, stuff like that, and I came across coaching. So I was like, so God, if it's coaching, if I'm supposed to be a coach, then let me hear or see coach somewhere. So after that, the next day came, and I was listening to a podcast, and the person that I was listening to said, I love to teach, I love to coach. So teach and coach was in the same sentence, and I knew exactly right then that God had answered my prayer on what I should be doing with my life. So then after I figured out, okay, it's coaching that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm like, okay, so who am I supposed to coach? And then we had a conversation about moms, since I was already doing the YouTube channel geared towards moms. So we had that conversation. I had another conversation about moms and stuff too. But then I was like scared to niche like that, and I was like, well, I wanted to be more general or whatever. So that was that. So another thing, I was asking God, okay, what do I teach, or what do I coach people on? And basically God was showing me my journal, teaching people on where you come from, like how you got through what you got through, helping people that are in your situation or going through your situation. So that's the direction that God gave me. But in the midst of all of the months going past, I didn't know anything about coaching or any of this stuff, and I got caught up in the fear. So basically I had a fear about coaching. I had a concept in my head, well, I need to get known for something first, known for like a product or something, and then I can teach people later, like just this whole thing. So at the end of the day, my concept went from what God told me to just journaling overall. So just focusing on journaling, focusing on the power of journaling. I thought my business was supposed to be a journal business. So that was my whole concept, like as of 2 weeks ago. And so I've been recently just praying about the fact that I was starting to get confused and get like uncomfortable or whatever, and it just didn't sit right with me. And God just started showing me all the stuff that he's already told me. Like he started showing me coaching again. Like one of my friends, she reached out to me about coaching, and I'm like, so he's bringing up coaching again. I listened to a couple podcasts about birthing, and they were both on the subject of birthing, and they were two different and two separate podcasts, and it was just weird, and it's not even like a mom's podcast or anything. They were using it as a reference, and so that just brought me back to the whole moms category. And I was just like dumbfounded, like, okay, so God is really telling me, like, I already told you what I wanted you to do, and you just need to do that. So at the end of the day, that is my story. And as of this week, I've been rebranding. I just merged my business page and my personal page together because I already have a personal brand as the Mommy of Noel. We already have our Club More YouTube channel, and it just seemed right because A More Life, which is the coaching business, that is all mommy related as well, but it's mommy coaching and mommy mindset and stress relief and management and inspiration and motivation. That's all what that is wrapped up in. So it just all goes together. So now I have a huge sigh of relief. I feel way better than I did before, and I just thank God for his guidance and his clarity. And yeah, so I thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends, and we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and help us to hit that mark. Thank you for watching this video. Bye. Mama, say bye. That right, but tell them. Tell Clubber more. Say, I'm getting ready for Halloween. Say, my first Halloween.